What's up? What's up, guys? Ooh, I forgot to test. Where's my mic? Okay, yeah, it's working. All right. As you guys are joining, do me a favor and subscribe if you have not done so. What's up, Olympian? Subscribe, please, if you have not done so already. Get my notes pulled up here, and we'll get going. Kind of a busy day. I almost skipped out on today, to be honest, but um we my son turned into a brat. We were at the mall for a while, then I got sleepy when I got home. Jeep's doing good. I don't know. I think it had just something to do with like the cold. Like it was like, negative whatever 10 degrees or something. I don't know if it was some kind of issue like that. Something like that. I don't know. Great weekend. Yeah, it was really nice to we won a decent amount of money yesterday. I hammered a play too. What's up, dear? But yeah, I'm gonna start trying to go to the gym. Whew. Man, better watch out. Y'all gonna see it in my face soon. The Lions. Bro, I tell you what, from a betting standpoint, I'm super thankful that the 49ers made that a game, because it could have been pretty rough, to be honest. Tiger says the Discord made some money. Yeah, we had a coach has been phenomenal. I'm so glad we picked him up. I remember well, I almost said his name. I don't think you guys know his name. Sports Laydown hit me up and he's like, "Hey, what do you think about this guy?" And, coach, if you're in the Discord, he actually, that intro music right there, he made that intro for me. So, like, we kind of go back a little bit. Just a bit. Like, he kind of helped me get this podcast off and everything. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, he's a real cool guy, and then he's been just smashing those parlays and stuff. Like, I personally, like, I don't ever follow anybody. There's a tennis capper that's out there that's unfortunately not in our Discord right now. He is probably the only other person that I'll blindly follow. But coach is getting to the point that I'm gonna start throwing a little $20 on every one of his lottos, because 20 to $200, $300. He's hitting them so recently though. It's crazy. Bro, I got everything pulled up here. We can get crack-a-lacking. I got about a dozen people watching right now on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe for me. Please like this video. Madison, if you're still in here, like the video too, please. She didn't giggle. I don't think my wife's in here anymore. She popped in for a second. 251 subscribers. Just recently, I don't think he's in here right now, but a guy that's in here all the time. Oh, there she is. I did that $50 giveaway, mainly because we swept the plays, but also because we hit 200 subscribers on YouTube, and then boom, I'm at 251, which is awesome. I also turned it on subscriber only chat, so maybe that's why. But like, it's super nice getting here, and I'm seeing these same faces, more and more faces every day. And continuing to get like a dozen people in here chatting and stuff. So it's been really nice. Certainly appreciate interaction. It makes it feel a lot better when I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself. But we'll get into it. Yeah. Tiger. Yeah, that's the man right there. That's the one guy that I actually feel comfortable that I would follow. Ever since I started doing this, personally, like, I don't follow other people's bets. I'm sorry. Like, I have my own money that I put on my own bets. But Tennis Titan, I found he's pretty good. I really trust Ty too. But yeah, it sounds like we need to get old boy over in the Discord, huh? What do you think about that? What if we could talk Tennis Titan into coming to beer money? Wouldn't that be pretty exciting? Wouldn't that work out? It's funny, once you start trying to push and drink more water, you get more and more thirsty. But all right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into it. I know you guys aren't here to look at me and listen to some stupid talk and stuff. Very lastly, day 2 in the Discord, tailing you. First off, I appreciate it. Well, I need to come to the live for the best bets, or you post in Discord. So this is just a personal thing that I do on the side. All the cappers have their own little thing that they try to do. The official plays will always have a notify and a unit attached to it. So these are just little extra plays that are going to be on here. Honestly, like, there's a variation of these plays that are on the plays that I have. I'm going to drop plays right after this. I'm going to be kind of light today, but a lot of the times I have at least one play as I put a lot of research into like the podcast here. So I want to make sure that I, utilize, the information or whatever, So here we go. And like sometimes people like to, people like to make their own plays and stuff too, like I try to like to have at least like a $5 lotto out there and stuff, so I'm about to get off it. I finally remember to go live on TikTok, and it's just like there's literally nobody joining. Like I turn that stuff off. But we'll get going here. 17 people in here. It looks like now. Please do me a favor, if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that button. It looks like that. I think, I don't know. I don't even know how to subscribe. I think I'm subscribed to one other place. And then like the video for me, please. Please, and thank you. We'll start recording now. We'll get into podcast mode and we'll get rolling. What's up, and welcome to the Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks, now live on YouTube. And I guess I can stop saying that because I have certainly been doing that for a while. I got a bunch of people here in the live chat. We've been talking for 6 minutes now. Those of you that listen just to the audio version, I appreciate you guys all the same. You are just missing out on a little bit of action, but nothing crazy, beforehand and after. You certainly still get the same content. Today's episode brought to you by, I normally talk about Pony Up. We'll talk about beer money picks real quick, which is where the majority of the people that's probably live is from. I've been in a different Discord before. I am in a new one now and very happy to be there. I feel like we've got a great group. If you're looking for some guidance on some plays, $40 a month and $25 for 2 weeks. I tell you what, that's actually cheaper than a lot of other places are. And if you do it right, you're going to get your money back. We were just talking about the great weekend that we had. I think you probably find you'll find a way to get your money back and hopefully stick around with us. Today is Monday, January 29th. Before we get into today's plays, we'll take a look and see what we did yesterday. Of course, went a bit heavier. We had a 4-play day, and unfortunately, we did go 1-3, but we'll talk about them here. We were due to cool off for a second, but that's okay. Every time you have a step back, you certainly look forward to trying to turn it around and get going, in a better direction or whatever. Travis Kelce, I tell you what, playoff Kelce over 61.5 yards. He had 116. That was our only win. And I promise you, whatever his line is set at, I'm going to bet it. And I'm going to take it. We've gone 2 for 2 now. Maybe, I think I did skip it the 1 week. But we're like 2 for 2, 3 for 3, something like that. I'm slowly trying to find it here. His line sits to 69.5. I said just yesterday that he had 71 plus in 11 straight. That's 12 straight now. That 69.5. I don't know if it moves. It may move. I don't know. I don't like to bet like real early in advance because I don't like to have money sitting around. That's why I don't really do many futures because I don't want my money sitting around forever. But boy, that looks like that might be an opportunity for us later on. Brock Purdy, we had over 75.5. He finished at 267. Just unfortunate there. Obviously, under just 10 yards, a lot of things could have changed. A lot of things could have happened. One drop, less drop. One more drive, possibly, if the Lions were leading or it didn't fall apart. Whatever. If it was a closer game, we certainly would have cashed. Super close there. Ayuk had 68 on a line of 76. Once again, just under 10 yards. And then Gibbs, 22.5. He finished at 11, but Montgomery had 20, which was his highest total in like 10 games. So the read was certainly right. I think the reads were right across the board, but this is gambling, and we certainly do lose bets at times. Speaking about losing bets, I lost just one full unit bet yesterday. That drive at the end of the Lions game, I tell you what, like my wife, I told him like, hey, this is important, this is important. And I was like, hey, put your phone down. I need your concentration. I need you to help me here. When the Lions got the ball, I needed 4 yards out of Goff to hit a builder. I needed 40 something to hit a 2-play because I did that 500 combo. And then I needed Goff to throw a touchdown because I did a touchdown builder. All 4 quarterbacks throw a touchdown. And it just like, boom, got his yards. Boom, got more yards. Boom, got the touchdown. And it's super nice to be like, cash this, cash this, cash this, three bets on this one drive. It was really nice because we certainly would have had a different outcome or whatever if they didn't finish that off for us. So it was really nice to see that. So but here we go. Let's hop into the plays here today. We are back with 3 NBA plays, and I said the other day angrily that I was done betting. Look at that. I got my wife in here hanging out with me. I was done betting NBA, but obviously here I am. I'm back. I'm not, I can't quit. I'm super thirsty. Before we get going though, there's still, we're going on like 17 people in here. Please subscribe if you have not done so. I've seen the number go up. So whoever it was, I appreciate it. Make sure you like that video for me too. I don't know what the algorithm looks like, but I bet you it helps me out if you guys hit those likes. First play is going to be McCollum over 2.5 threes. This one, the line's kind of moving all over the place. So I wrote down there's a 50% boost on DraftKings. It was minus 140 when I looked at it. If you use that boost, it would have you at plus 107. But then I did notice that the FanDuel line was coming down and it was like minus 128, which is certainly playable. 140 is kind of a gross for a straight, but in like the minus 120 range, we could certainly take a look at, hitting that one. So however you want to play it, obviously that's up to you. If you're a boost kind of person, you have DraftKings available. But the Pelicans coach came out and said like, hey, we need to take more threes. They only put up 23 attempts against the Bucks, and McCollum himself only had like 3 or 4, and he averages 8. He averages 8.2 actually taken 3-point shots taken in a game. And if he gets that volume or more today, I think we have a really great chance of cashing. So it's nice to kind of pay attention to some of these post-game conferences and, in between games and everything like that when they talk about and then sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. Like in football, it does it too. And it's like, like Andy Reid could be like, oh, yeah, we really want to get, MVS involved more because of his speed. And it's like, well, maybe you want to go after MVS's yards, this game. It's kind of nice to, like, the coaches kind of talk about, like, what they might want to do, which obviously the other coaches know that, the books know that, but it's just something to think about. The Celtics are giving up the 4th most threes to point guards in the league, and he's also had a ton of success against the Celtics. So I say it all the time, there's multiple ways to bet. He has a really good matchup here, the 4th most threes. We have a coach that's saying, hey, we need to shoot more threes. And he also historically has had 6 made this season. He had 6 made on 12 attempts when he first played them. I think it was early January, if I'm not mistaken, maybe late December. But in his last 8 games, he was over in 8 games. 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5. I'm not going to say that again, obviously, but 8 for 8 in his last 8 games against the Celtics. He's in a great spot. He's in it's kind of, the only thing that I think could potentially stop this bet is going to be like blowout potential. We have the Celtics playing at home. They were the reasons that I said I quit the NBA angrily that night. And then I went and, started playing video games and stuff and blew some steam off. But they lost to the Clippers on a back-to-back. The Celtics are just coming off a home loss. Let's bounce back. They're 20-0. They were 20-0. They just lost. They're 20-1. And they lost again. And now they're 20-2 at home. Are they going to drop their 3rd game in a row at home? I don't think so. So the only fear that I guess I would have in this play would be a potential blowout, as every single game unfortunately has that chance though. But we'll ride McCollum over 2.5. Second play, first time betting on this guy. We're gonna go with the rookie Wembanyama, rebounds and assists over 15.5. I do like just his rebounds at 11.5, but I'm seeing it get pretty high. You're looking at in a minus 140 range. Once again, I don't want to mess with it. So the rebounds and assist, I think, is a really good matchup here. Who were we just on? We were just on somebody else with rebounds. Duran just recently. And Duran just smashed them against the Wizards. Same spot. I love to play guys that are facing the Wizards, the Hornets. As you know, they're both number 1 and number 2 in their respective categories in terms of giving up, stats to the centers. But he's over this in 3 straight games in general. Today he faces the Wizards, who allow the most rebounds to centers and the 5th most assists to centers. These teams just played 5 or so games ago, and he finished with 12 combined. But Gafford did not play this game, and I think Bagley started, and that's when he was like a monster. He's kind of come down to earth a little bit, but he was clearing the glass. Like, he was a demon on the glass, and he out rebounded Wemby like big time. With Gafford in the lineup, Wemby first off dwarfs him. Secondly, he should be able to out rebound him pretty easily. And his this weird like minutes restriction thing has been like increased, almost like kind of lifted, I guess. But they're saying he's up to, or allowed, whatever, up to 30 minutes. When he's played 29 or more minutes this year, he's over this number in 5 out of 6 of those games. So we have a pretty high percentage. If he gets his minutes in, he goes over this line pretty easily. And we also have a pretty high total. The Wizards also play at a pretty high pace. So with a high total and a high pace, and both teams just not being very good, there's going to be a lot of possessions in this game. And I think there's going to be a lot of missed shots, and there's going to be a really good chance for rebounds. This is a game that I would certainly hope there's not any sort of blowout in, as both teams are just really bad. Neither team's going to go on like an amazing run or a 10-0 run or anything like that. So hopefully we're going to clear there. In terms of his assists, he's over his line, which is set to 3.5, but juiced at minus 140. He's over that in 4 of his last 5, and I think he had like 6 last game, and he had 4 against the Wizards just recently. So realistically, it makes sense. The books are saying he's going to get 4. He's juiced heavily to the over 11.5. He's juiced heavily to 3.5. You add it together, honestly, it comes into 16.5. The line's 15.5. Boom, we've got good value. We're going to go with Wemby over 15.5 rebounds and assists. Honestly, he could get this or get really close to this with just rebounds. Lastly, I was able to find some stats in my head. When I first looked at the lineup today, I said I want to play this, and this. Unfortunately, Isaiah Hartenstein does not have any lines available, so I ended up adding in McCollum. It was going to be a big man podcast again. Hartenstein has no lines up, but he's playing the Hornets, who he's smashed. That's another spot where they allow centers just eat. So once Hartenstein like PR comes up, or rebounds and assists, or even just rebounds comes up, that might be something to look at. Just FYI. But the last play here is going to be Jokic over 27.5 points. This is just another system play. This is one that I'm kind of playing out of principle. We were just on Valanciunas recently. What was it? 12.5 points. I think he finished at 15 or 16. We cashed that one. We were on Jarrett Allen, points, rebounds, and assists multiple times in a row. And that hit. So we have hit against opposing centers against the Bucks 3 times in a row on the podcast here. We're gonna do it again. Jokic is a dominant guy. Somebody on YouTube asked if we're gonna ride with Allen again, and I actually even thought in myself. It was earlier when I was driving the mall with my son, but Evan Mobley may be back today, and so I think I personally at least want to cool it with Allen just to kind of see how the dynamics go back, as he's gonna have another big guy in the lineup with him. And sometimes you see even like Donovan Mitchell have like 5 or 6 rebounds, and it's like, whoa, he's got more than Allen, and in the first half or something, and sometimes Mobley can take over in that sense. So I'm sure he's gonna have a minute restriction, but I'm not overly ready to hop into Allen. But we're gonna ride Jokic, like I said. We've hit against the Bucks 3 times in a row here. He's over this in 4 of his last 5 games, with that one miss being at 26. So he was really close. In fact, if you look at his graph, which of course I have it in front of me, I'm sure I could find a way to actually show you guys, but it's probably too much clicking. He's had 26, which was his miss, 31, 31, 42, and 34. Those are his 4 hits. And then the 4 before that, 25, 25, 27, and 27. On a line of 27, realistically, he could almost be over this with like a bucket difference in 9 out of his like last 10 or something like that, you know. He's over this at 80% in his last 5, only 40% in his last 10. However, he's had some really near misses. But he's had a ton of success against Brook Lopez, who's obviously the opposing center. In March of this year, he scored 31 against them, and he's over in 3 straight. That 31, a 37, and a 35. So in the last 3 games here, he's hit 30-plus points. We need 28 to cash. I think it's going to be a really good look. And what I think is going to be also pretty important is that, you know, early in the season, and it's cooled off maybe just a little bit, or maybe there's just a lot more going on. Centers that can shoot. Yeah, the Wemby 15. It's 15 and a half is what maybe I said 4. I don't know, but I have 15 and a half down. Centers that can shoot against the Bucks because they play that drop coverage and it kind of keeps Lopez you know closer to the rim or whatever. Like Miles Turner was killing them, you know, in threes. Centers that can shoot have had some success, and he's hit at least 1 3 in 8 straight matchups against the Bucks and Brook Lopez. That is juiced to minus 189, but we've seen him hit, you know, 1, 2, and 3 threes. Just another reason, you know, for some potential to add some extra points to, you know, the stat line there or whatever, you know. So, to recap then, let me pull it back up here. I'll close it out in the podcast, and I'll pop over to YouTube to see if anybody's got any, you know, anything here. We're going to go with CJ McCollum over 2.5 threes. I talked about that one being a little juiced. Their DraftKings has that 50% boost. Or wait and see. It looked like it might be coming down on like FanDuel, closer like it broke minus 130. It was like in the minus 128 range or something like that. I don't have it pulled up directly to get it. But McCollum over 2.5 threes. Second play is going to be Wembanyama over 15.5 rebounds and assists. And then lastly, we're going to go with Jokic points over 27.5. As always, I am your host, Lunchtime in the Lab. We're brought to you every day. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow me on all social medias at Live Joe Bets. I've got a link in the bottom of the description here on YouTube. You can see, get in the link tree to get all the links, or I have certain different links throughout there for different promotions or anything like that. The Beer Money VIP is certainly on there as well. I appreciate you guys listening. Continue to follow me on Spotify. Give me that 5-star rating. Like I said, there's the interactive. You can like ask a question. I forget what it's called, but I'm the only one that can see that. So, you know, people have, you know, put stuff in there. And like I said, if you're interested in checking out the visual version and getting the before spiel and the afterwards, and we talk about this or that, depending on, you know, hey, if there's some interaction, there's people talking, like I'll hang out for a bit. You can certainly check that out on YouTube, and there's a link in there as well from the podcast. You should be able to hit that. So, pull my thing up, sorry, and close it. Appreciate you guys. Meet you guys at the pay window here, and hopefully we have a better day than we did yesterday. Let's look to at least go 2-1, but let's see if we can't get that 3-0 sweep and start the week off well with NBA here. I'm gonna close it out. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Okay. What's up, guys? Still like 10, I don't know, 10, 9. This thing's slow, I think, in terms of like who's. Yeah, because it just said 14, and now it's 9. Now it's 10. Does anybody have anything? Ravens suck. Lions are better. But they didn't do very good either. Can we talk about Dan Campbell going for on 4th down twice? I remember talking to my dad last time he was over, and closing these tabs out here before I close you guys out. I remember telling him, I was like, I can't wait to watch the game, and Dan Campbell makes a mistake that people are gonna like criticize him for, and it's gonna cost him the game or something like that. And little did I know he was gonna do that twice. Then you have the Ravens that ran or threw a pass on like 82% of their plays when they were the number one rushing team in the league. Like, that doesn't make any sense either. Stupid stuff. I'm gonna close it out. I see more people leaving. I appreciate you guys. If you're watching us a recorded version, please do the same. If you've made it this far on the recorded version, I don't know. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for me. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys back tomorrow.